Welcome to this tutorial on using the HTML editor. Most of the time that you're adding content into Brightspace, you'll be using the HTML editor, which looks like this. You'll see it in all sorts of places, such as adding descriptions, creating the main learning content, giving feedback, writing announcements, and so on. It's technically what we call a WYSIWYG editor, which stands for what you see is what you get. So the content will appear very similar to how it appears as you put it here. The reason it's called the HTML editor is that you can also directly edit the HTML by clicking the Source Editor button. I'll take you on a tour of what you can do with it. To do that, I'm going to create a file and select one of our HTML templates. As you can see, the HTML editor is already here. There are broadly three areas to the HTML editor. First, formatting text. The options here are broadly similar to many text editors that you'll be familiar with. Second, inserting things. This is where you can insert a range of content, which we'll look at in detail in a second. The Other Insert Options button will show you other insert options. Third, reviewing and displaying options. We'll talk about these toward the end of this video. Depending on where the HTML editor appears, you might not have all of these options, but this is what it looks like when you're editing a topic. Working from left to right, you first have all of your formatting options. Be sure to make good use of headings, which you can see in this first tab. Next, you have the usual choices for bold, italic, and so on. You get a couple of other options by clicking the drop-down arrows. You can change text color with the next option. Next are the options for alignment and lists with drop-down menus. Next, you have the Insert Stuff button. My Computer. If you choose My Computer, it will upload the file into the Manage File areas of the module and put a link in the text. Course Offering Files. Selecting Course Offering Files will do something similar to My Computer, but this is for files that you've already uploaded to Brightspace. Learning Repository. If you've published material to the Learning Object Repository, you can access it here. ePortfolio. I'd ignore the ePortfolio option, as this isn't the best place to put things that you want others to see. Add video note. You can record and add a video note. Media library. The media library repository holds all media files uploaded using record audio, record video, video note, and the content tool. YouTube. You can also search for a YouTube video and put that in. Flickr. You can add a photo from Flickr. Insert link. You can add a link here, enter embed code. An embed code can be entered. This is a piece of HTML that you get from another site to display part of their page, such as a video or an interactive piece of content on your page. Panopto. The next option is for inserting a Panopto video into a page, and students will use the Student Video Submissions Panopto option to submit their video assignments. H5P. This will allow you to create or add content made in H5P. Going back to the editor, next is your option to add a link. What's great about this is that you can link to almost any other tool or piece of content in Brightspace. That includes other topics, discussions, assignments, and so on. You can link to files in Google Drive or OneDrive. Next, you can insert an image. The first option is to do so from your device. This will prompt you to choose the file and choose where in Manage Files that will be stored. You can then click Add. Remember, it is required to add alternative text in the government's accessibility legislation. You can also add directly from a URL. This isn't a good idea unless you manage the website that the URL is coming from. Otherwise, the file could be moved or renamed and will prompt an error. Finally, You can add images that you've already uploaded by selecting course offering files. I'll add one that I put in there earlier. You have a couple of other options via a drop-down menu. The most useful is the symbols option, which makes it a bit easier to put in special characters or accents. You can change the typeface and font size, but we would recommend sticking to those used in the templates to ensure that your material still conforms with accessibility legislation. Clicking the three dots hides or unhides some of your options, giving you a bit more screen space. You can make the editor full screen with the icon in the top right. You may find it easier to edit this way. Format Painter. Here you can copy and apply text formatting from one text to another. Next you have your reviewing options. There is an accessibility checker, word count and preview button. There is the source code HTML editor button and the undo redo options. That covers it. As ever, the best way to get to grips with it is to open up your sandbox module and play around with the options available to you. For more information about Brightspace, visit our LibGuides page. You can also find help and guidance in our Brightspace staff support area and our learning design workshops.